What is up, you guys? It is your Allie or Allie Bug, whatever floats your boat, whatever tickles your pickle for a nickel. Here on today's video, I am showing you Ale and Tail, which is a game that you can play with your friends. It is co-op multiplayer. You can play by yourself or with friends. It is a very fun game. It's not free. I forget how much it was because I had it gifted to me, but I want to say it's within the price range of $10 to $15. I believe so. It is a newer game. I think it's only been out for a year, if that. When I got it, it just came out of I think it just came out of a beta or something. I'm not really sure, but it is a fun game. Definitely recommend it for other streamers, specifically smaller streamers. It's got all the things that you would like in a cozy, chill game. Very similar to Stardew. You can farm, forage, fish. There's questing. There's a little bit of combat, but not too much. And of course, things like side quests, learning new recipes, expanding your tavern, and of course, getting different kinds of customers that you need to tend to. So in this video today, I'm going to go through and show you all the different things that the game has to offer so that you can play, and let me know in the comments if you end up playing it and what you think about the game. There's a lot of ways that you can level up your tavern. The easiest thing would be basically making sure that you are constantly fishing, constantly farming, constantly making sure that you have a plethora of resources. If you look in this video, you see that we have a lot of chests in our tavern. Every chest is either a different color or contains different things, usually depending on where they're located. For example, the ones in the kitchen have produce, fish, meat, etc. The ones in the alternate room where the dishwasher is has things like our farming supplies, ready-made food, extra plates and cups, etc. I think our biggest lesson that we learned whenever we started playing together was having a plethora of ready-made food, because it's very easy to get overwhelmed. If you've ever played a game like Overcooked or any kind of cooking game like that, it's very easy to get in the weeds. When I was a server, that's what we would call it whenever we got overwhelmed. A lot of people and customers, you're in the weeds. And so I feel like we caught on very quickly to, see what people like, because if you've ever played a game called Bronzebeard's Tavern, it's the same way. You have to manage a menu. So it does kind of take some brain power to set up a good menu. Skylar was usually the one that we put in charge of making a menu. So I highly recommend playing with at least 3 players. You can have one person foraging and fishing, one person farming and taking care of the cattle and stuff. Not the cattle, but the pigs and the chickens. And then you can have one other person working with the cooking. Or that person that's working with the farming and stuff, since they're close to home, they can also worry about helping deliver plates and such, which leads me to my next thing, the owls. You're gonna see that we had tons of owls in our tavern, and what they did was they basically would seat the customers and serve them simple stuff like ready-made things. So pretty much anything on the menu, as long as it's on the serving table, and then ale, juice, whatever they want. Now if they wanted something that wasn't already on the countertop or serving tables, they will not go into chests or grab stuff off the stove, which we learned that later on. It would be a nice update if they did, but they don't. You also want to remember to check their inventory, because they tend to pick up apple cores, which are good for you because you can recycle that into fertilizer for your farm. Also want to just randomly add this in there because you're going to see a clip of us using auto dishwashers. Girl, as soon as you can upgrade your regular hand washing dishwasher area to an auto dishwasher, do it. And we recommend buying more than one because we had 2. The owls will auto wash the dishes as long as you keep water in it, which you use your water bucket to go out to the well, get water. I highly recommend carrying at least 3 to 4 buckets on your inventory. Again, you don't have to sweat it, but that's what we did, and it was just the best strat that worked, because we found that we kept running out of water and it was very frustrating. Honestly, we found our rhythm with having one person who was dedicated to creating a menu and then serving based off of the menu. Like I mentioned before, you're going to have customers who have a crown on top of their head, so they're VIP, which is what I was mentioning earlier about having a chest filled with rare foods. Things don't really expire in this game. It doesn't go like that, so like you can just leave them in the chest, which is kind of funny. But like we used to always keep like cupcakes or like the eggy breads or some of the apple pies, meat plates, just the more fancier, expensive dishes that they tend to want that you just don't have ready made on the go. We would stick with the cheaper options, or honestly, if you take a look at the menu, you can see what is bringing in the most XP and what is bringing in the most money, and make your menu based on that. Everybody does it differently, and it's different for every player, but I highly recommend kind of using that as a guide for what to serve, because it can get overwhelming. We've done it before where we just got super overwhelmed. Another thing that we kind of like did was whenever we were cooking stuff or planning the menu, we would send out a person to go forage for that specific item. So let's say if you just want to do like frog legs, you'll send somebody to the swamps area to go farm that for however many in-game days. It's just, there is a small strat to it. It is a very chill, fun game. You don't have to like sweat it like that, but me and my friends, that's just what we do in those types of games, and we ended up finding a very good strat to get high level very quickly. And you'll see in the video, like, we're not kidding, we had chests for like everything. Like the alchemy chest had all the ingredients to make all the potions, because you need that for the quest. Like we had chests dedicated to the meat, the fish, the dairy. We separated it down to that because it was just that serious. Like it became this constant cycling, almost very reminiscent of when you play Minecraft and you have a very set base that's organized chest by chest. That's what we had going on. It worked out better that way, especially if you have questing stuff. You'll have this like frog that's like the king's frog. It's a royalty quest, and I think it's a weekly thing or monthly, or it's perma, I'm not sure, but he comes and requests a bunch of stuff and you get paid very good for it. So that's another reason why it's good to just have the stuff organized and ready to go, because it takes a lot of time to do it, but it takes away from the time that it would take for you to try to do a quest and accumulate all the resources for it. It's like trying to do an important job without your tools. Just don't make no sense. The alchemy is important to kind of get the hang of, because it will come in handy not just for the questing, for your everyday tools. So for example, there is a yellow bar that shows above your tools, just like Minecraft, that shows you the breakage or the durability of your tool. So instead of just wasting money buying a bunch, like that's what I was doing in the beginning, you can just make the gears to repair your tools. And I believe it is a wolf tooth and a turtle shell. I could be wrong, but I think it's those two that make the gear. I'll ask my friends just to double check, like fact check me. But yeah, like it's good to have that. There was even people in our Discord that was making like charts to like remember the alchemy stuff. So I mean, people really get into it, and it is a fun game. I highly recommend it. There's just so much that goes into it. And I mean, I can go on forever about it, step by step, what we did. If you guys want me to do that, let me know. But I've got to rate this game. It was definitely an 8 out of 10. Like, it piqued my interest for a few months. I haven't played it in a while. We still haven't even, like, completed the main quest. So I'm putting this video out because I've been kind of sleeping on it for a while. But I really do think a lot more people should play it so that they can add updates and more fun stuff to the game. And as well as make it open source so that we can mod it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the game. And